Hey guys, it's Kip here from KDC Marketing, and in today's video I'm going to show you how you can use grids in Canva to create some really great designs. So I'm in Canva right now. I'm in an Instagram post you can see up here, so it's 1080 by 1080, and I'm going to show you how you can use these grids. Now they have these categories down here which makes it nice and easy if you want to use one of the categories. Grids and frames are really similar, so let's see what a grid is. So a grid is just a section where, or an element where you can add an image. So if I add this grid here, then I go to photos, I'm going to type in, let's just do Christmas. And we're going to pull in something here like this for a background. So I just had to drag it into that section there, into that grid, and then it pulled it in. Now the cool thing is once it's in the grid, I can resize this grid and that image will stay there. And if I want to change it out, I just drag another image into my grid. So I can go like this and I can keep changing, keep customizing these grids however I want. So let me go back to the elements here and show you the grids that now there's other presets here. And these are nice if you want just a collage or a layout. So if I go into this and go back to Christmas, then I can put in a few of these together. So I might have a Christmas tree and I might have some red and I might have presents here. I'm going to click in and scoot that over. So I can create a collage really quickly. And these are all, 3 different grids here. And if I ever need to change them out, like maybe I want Santa Claus in there or a bow for this one and the presents for this one and that sort of thing, then I can do that all using grids. So the difference between grids and frames, so if I go back here to frames, is frames usually have a shape. So like these are like mock-ups for devices, or you can see they have paper, flowers, blobs. And so these get pretty creative. They even have letters here. So if I just wanted to have the letter A, and then I have a frame that I want to put into a Christmas frame, I can do that. So I could have a bunch of letters with frames spelled out here. So maybe I go back to my frames and get the B and the C, and then I just resize all these things. And then I could put photos into those frames too. So these are the same concept as a grid, but they're usually more sophisticated shapes than the grids themselves. Let's put the jingle bells in this one, the Christmas ornaments in this one. And so I could create an interesting design with these, and then I could do something there. So where grids really come in handy most of the time is just that single grid as a background. So you have, let me delete both of these. So you just have the single grid here, and we'll go back to grids. And we have this one, and then we can just bring in a background here. So if we're looking at Christmas and we like this background, we can bring it in and we can crop it by double clicking on it. Then we can add some text to it. If this was a social media image, let me add some text to it here. And we could type in Christmas. And we could add some text to our image here so we get something like this. So grids are great. And then of course, if I wanted to tweak this, I can resize it. And let's say I just wanted the grid here, but the text below. I can do that once I get my grid how I want it. Then I bring this text down here. I can bring the grid up. So maybe this is my design here where I have an image and then that behind it and something else. So grids are great because they contain your image in that box and then let you edit it from there. And again, frames are very similar here where you have these more sophisticated shapes. They have basic shapes like these, but you can also do other things. So they have devices. Again, for mock-ups, they have paper, which are interesting. And then they have letters, numbers, trending. So you can find the perfect frame that works for you. You might want to use this frame with our Christmas theme here and say, come to my Christmas party. And then add some text here. Merry Christmas. Then you could do something like this. You could change the transparency of that frame. You could change the color of this text to be something here, a black, bring the frame up here, bring the frame down here, the text down here. So there's lots of ways you can use these, and these are a great way to get your shapes and images added really quickly. And if you want more of a collage, then they have those in the grid section, not so much in the frame section, but in the grid section, they have more of those things if you wanted something like that. So if you found this video helpful, I haven't done a Canva tutorial in a while, but thought I should do one again because there's lots of ways you can use these grids. It's a lot better than trying to just add an image and then trying to drag this thing around and, you know, go like this. You can just add it here and then you're good to go. Crop it however you want and everything is good. All right, that's what I have for today's video. Grids and frames in Canva. You'll find both in the elements section. They're here down here in the categories. You can also type grid up here and it'll bring up grids, then see all or frames, and then see all here. All right, that's what I have for today's video, and I'll see you in the next video.